Tell them other niggas he's off. I'm falling, but everyone falls. And I know from the first time I see you, love, you got me, baby. Even though, girl, I know that I would fall for you.
Hey my angels, welcome to the story of my life. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. And if you are new here, my name is Viwe and my channel is all about navigating life in your 20s. Today's video is a little nostalgic. It's in honor of the year 2016 and you know, that whole aesthetic era that was going on, an iconic time to be young, wild, and figuring out life. And even though I wasn't a fully blown teenager yet in 2016, I feel like I'm living my makeup era now, my 2016 makeup era now. So today we are doing a 2016 inspired makeup look while I take you through my younger self. So I will be sharing with you my 2016 to 2019 playlist, the songs I used to listen to back then, memory lane, and a little Q&A session at the end. I've already prepped my skin off camera, so while I beat this face, let's unpack who Viewer was. In 2016, I was still in primary school. I was a sporty and academically gifted girl. Literally got involved in everything you could think of, be it public speaking, being a monitor, and playing different kinds of sports. You name it, I did it. I had so many friends and I could blend into any group. White girls, colored girls, Indian girls, and black girls. I was just that girl. Some of my obsessions back then, to name a few, were One Direction. I don't know if you guys remember the Nike Roches, but I used to own a pair. I was also into the cool girl aesthetic, especially those blue white girl shorts which my mom despised. I also had a thing for shades, like I collected them. I was a major it girl in the making. I wasn't into makeup yet, but I was already influenced by the Kardashian / Jenner era, the Miami girls, the palm trees aesthetic, the filtered lives we all admired from afar. Now, at the time, I was a good girl, never got into trouble. I was the kind of girl teachers would make sit next to the disruptive boys just to calm them down. And I'm so grateful that my parents were super allowing at the time. They let me go to parties, sleepovers, youth on Fridays, school balls, and camps. And because of that, I feel like it gave me a lot of freedom to discover myself. The year is 2017. Let's talk about the beginning of chaos. My first love. For story time's sake, let's call him Leroy. So it's 2017, the end of my 7th grade. My school was hosting a concert. Now guys, I went to 5 different schools. Started off at Izocha Primary, moved to Scarpa Primary, and then for high school, I went to Scarpa High, Creston College, and Dubai Christian Academy. So as I was saying, my school was hosting and Leroy's school was visiting that night. I was monitoring the class they were using before going into the hall, and girl, I locked eyes with this light-skinned boy who just had this charm, I guess. I tried to act unbothered, but I was weak. He gave me his jacket that night because it was cold, and long story short, that's how I made my first love. The craziest part, we ended up going to the same high school the following year, and boom, the relationship took off. We gave sporty couple vibes. We were basically an it couple. His specialty was cricket and I thrived in hockey, but of course our relationship didn't last. So there I am, fresh in high school, heartbroken over the person I thought was my forever. I think we dated for like 3 or 4 months into the year. And after our breakup, I started finding my place, making new friends every day and forgetting their names, navigating a new environment. But by the end of that year, I had found my rhythm. 2019 was the beginning of my prime. Viwe really took off. Hockey started booming. I made regionals and provincials. My circle got bigger and I was transitioning from a girl to a full-blown teen. I even went back to Leroy. Please don't judge me. Don't judge me. And we tried the whole dating thing again. That time around, I remember I would purposefully leave my school jacket at home because I know when I get to school, I would wear his for majority of the day. There I am in class, smitten and sniffing this jacket. Long story short, our relationship didn't last and we broke up once again. However, out of all the boys I've loved before, Leroy and I's relationship had a strong hold over me because, for one, he was the first boy I loved, and secondly, the only boy I felt like truly understood me, and the fact that we could be friends and supportive to each other, even after the relationship, that was something I valued about him. After that, I got into another relationship, my first long distance relationship with a boy who schooled in Joburg. Let's call him Ozil. Reason being because he had big eyes like the real soccer player, and he also played soccer whilst on a scholarship. So we dated for about a year and a half, and I only saw him during school holidays, but I must say he was a shitty person for the amount of times he stood me up, but nonetheless, I was in love. Then, towards like the end of our first year, the love started to fade away. Um, Now, guys, here comes my first complicated situation. Let's call this boy Jay. Jay walks into the picture towards the end of the year, and I was still in a relationship with Ozil. If I remember correctly, Jay saw me somewhere and made it a mission to chase me down. I wouldn't do anything to jeopardize my relationship with Ozil. I remember Jay getting my number and we started talking. He knew very well I was in a relationship, right? So I remember this one day there was a home game at school and I was planning to watch up until I hear through the grapevines that Jay was coming to watch the same game and he wanted to see me. So I started panicking because I'm like, what the heck? I don't want to be seen with him. And the next thing, the news traveled to my then boyfriend in Joburg that I was with Jay. So I was supposed to stay for the game, but I left early because I didn't want to run into Jay. Now, at the time, Ozil and I had been going through some things, and he had issues with his phone. He'd be using his friend's phone to get hold of me. So, in all that time lost with Ozil, I started talking to Jay a whole lot more. I remember how this one time he prophesized his love for me at KFC. Mind you, KFC is like 15 minutes away from my school. Do you want to know the truth? I did like Jay, but there were just so many reasons as to why I couldn't be with him. I was a girl stuck between two guys. I don't mean to compare the two, but now that I think about it, if I could compare my situation to the recent rom-com, The Summer I Turned Pretty, Jeremiah was basically Ozil and Conrad was Jay. Jay gave the slow burning kind of love. I tried so many ways in the book to push this guy away, but he wouldn't even budge. His feelings for me grew more. Now, I need you guys to understand that Jay was quite the catch, and he had a lot of drama associated with girls tied to him. And in all that, my friends at the time had a lot to say about him, almost trying to convince me I shouldn't start anything with him because it would get to Ozil. A lot of drama happened at the time. Now, fast forward to the time I took a risk and went on a picnic date to the beach with Jay. We had a great time, and I don't know how, but one thing led to another, and he kissed me. That's when I realized that, oh no, I've just cheated. I've just cheated for the first time. So many thoughts going on through my mind, and Ozil being the least of them. Now that I think about it, I was messy. So the year ends and it's 2020, and a few months into that year, Ozil and I break up. Not because of Jay, by the way. Till this day, he doesn't know that I did what I did. But we broke up, and my relationship with Ozil was the reason behind my player era. But before I get into that, by the way, Jay and I also had a huge fallout because of our friends from both sides, and we never spoke again. Now, guys, yes, I was a player girl. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend I didn't break hearts, dribble boys, or play the game. So it's 2020. I'm now at Crescent College. I was new at the time. I got into a lot of bad things. That year was my prime, okay? I don't want to lie. I was growing from the little innocent girl I was. This was my era of bad decisions. I was in my I don't give a fuck era. I literally didn't care at all. Remember when Rihanna was in her IDC era? That was me. And if you don't know, I was outside a lot. Grade 10 was a turning point from a good girl to baddie. And honestly, I didn't need anyone to be bad with me. I ran that show solo. Looking back, I realized I was just trying to fill a void. My heartbreak with Ozil messed me up in ways I didn't understand at the time. I was trying to feel something. Moral of the story, guys, just stay away from boys, okay? Remember your 7 Bs. At the end of 2020, I left Creston and I enrolled into Mduba Christian Academy. And you know what? I can't say I haven't lived life. I honestly can't say I haven't lived life. I was literally the star of my own show. Now, when it comes to friendships, I didn't have it easy, but I'm really grateful for that one girl, my best friend, who thugged it out with me through all seasons of my life. And shout out to the girls who I met along the way. So here I am at this new school. I'm a new girl once again, and I use that opportunity to like sort of reband and put my baddie era behind me. Now, when it came to friendships, moving schools didn't help, and growing up just exposed how much people were in friendships for benefits and convenience and not connection. I tried to be a good friend. I know I messed up too, but I didn't know any better. One of the hardest moments in my teen years was having to initiate a friendship breakup. And to any young girl out there, that friend who constantly dims your lights, makes you feel like you're too much, or treats your shine like competition is not your friend, okay? And when it came to relationships, my takeaway from like my teen years is that, guys, when a man says you deserve better, please believe him the first time around. Never allow a man to show you why you actually deserve better, because one thing about two things, men know exactly what they are doing. Okay, they are very aware of their actions. So what you're out there doubting yourself, questioning yourself, he knows exactly what he's doing. Okay? Okay. So to wrap this whole thing up, yeah, man, that was the girl I used to be. She's been through a lot and I miss her. I really do. She was unfiltered, raw, a little chaotic, but real. She made mistakes, but she loved deeply. She believed in life, and even when the world tried to change her, she never stopped being her. This video is for her, and maybe, just maybe, it's for you too.
I can't believe I believed everything we had was less. So young and naive of me to think she was from your past. Silly of me to dream of one day having your kiss. Love is so blind, it feels right when it's wrong. I can't believe I fell for your schemes. I'm smarter than that. Something naive to knock it down. All through the night, all through the day, yeah. I knock that pussy out.
Pov is 2017, and your then boyfriend dedicates the song to you because you are his baby girl.
That's my baby, that's my baby, that's my baby girl. That's my baby. If you fuck with me, put your lighters to the sky.
I wanna be with you, hey.
Draw the line up, don't take no more time up.
I need all my bad bitches to come forward. All my lover girls, because you know this one. Something to me. Ooh. Yeah.
Why would I hop in some beef? When I could just hop in the Porsche, you heard she. Real crowd, please. Small world, all the friends. No, you know I cannot hide it. It's never boy. I gotta have crying over what's left. Without you, I ain't shit but no pressure.
I wanna be your 18. I wanna be your end game. Ooh, you and me, we got and you can't take back the love that I gave you.
Turn everything up a little more.
I can turn back the time to make it all alright with you, without you. That beach right here. You feel me? It's good and love for fairy. As a fair love.
My head sinking right in the booth.
I can take what they say. I am crazy. I am crazy. Finally got to come with the one that was always my crush. You was my angel as dust. This is the Q&A session. I recently reached out to my close friends and they had questions for me for my teenage years, and I'm quite impressed with the questions that they they came up with. They really went all out, so I'm really grateful for that. So without wasting time, let's get into the actual Q&A. I'm reading it from my laptop. So the first question, why YOLO? You only live once. Because you literally only live once, and that was my MO back then. And also, I made sure to, like live my life to the fullest, and I don't regret that. So I think I'll forever be you only live once kind of girl. Do you think all your friends want the best for you? Yes, I can truly attest to that they do want the best for me. Just based on my recent decision and leaving university and how supportive they were when it came to the scholarship opportunity, they were very quick to say, girl, jump on it, go live your life, secure your future, and anything that's just going to be a benefit to your future, do it. So I can say that my friends were the best for me. As a young teen in 2016, what would you say your biggest accomplishment was in that year? My biggest accomplishments, if I can remember, was when I made A team. Now, if you make A team, you get to travel. So I made A team for hockey, and I got to travel to Treverton, like on tour. So for that year, that was my biggest accomplishment. 2018 was the year you started high school. What was the biggest promise you made to yourself as you entered this new world? The biggest promise I made to myself was to not let my parents down, and also to not give up on myself, which I can say I really did fulfill that promise. I haven't given up on myself till today. So yeah, that was the biggest promise. From 2016 to 2019, which year would you say built the character that you have now the most? I think myself in 2017, my 2017 era, because I wasn't corrupted as yet. I was still innocent, still like very calm and just drawn to myself. Popular, but just drawn to myself. And I feel like I resonate with her so much now because she was just, and that's where I'm at. Like currently, I'm just chasing after the things I want in this life, and I'm focused. 2017 me was very focused, and she did well academically. So yeah, I resonate with her the most. What was the most challenging part of being a teenager for you? The most challenging part, I would say, was often like being judged for hanging around the white kids, which I understand because at some points I did try to be a white girl. Also, beauty standards. Beauty standards. If you know, you know. As a teen growing up, you try so hard to fit in, to look a certain way. But you know what? Never let society define who you should be. What was something that made you feel most confident or empowered during your teenage years? Something that made me feel most confident. I think it was just my ability to try out new things. In everything that I put myself up for, I was very confident, that I'm going to try my best and I'm going to do well in whatever it was. And also, depending on myself. For most of my teenage years, I had to learn to depend on myself a lot. So, yeah, that empowered me. How do you think your teenage years influence your current values or goals? I think just knowing what I want out of this life from a young age helped me to be disciplined, which is something that I carry like till today, is to be disciplined. Just never giving up on that or never losing sight of the vision and like where we're going. That helped a lot. In 2016, when you thought about 2025, is this where you saw yourself? Is the woman that you've turned out to be the woman who you imagined or saw in the mirror? No. If I were to think about myself in 2016, I wanted to be a professional star. I wanted to be the sportswoman of the century. Literally, so I feel like if it was possible, if I were to meet my 2016 self, she would ask me, why are you not into sports? What happened? You know what I'm saying? She would also be like, oh, so you bad. You bad. You even have a tattoo. You bad. Who inspired you with makeup in 2016 versus the inspiration now in 2025, whether it be in your personal life or through social media? 2016, the King Kaale era. And currently, I would say my inspiration is, I forgot her name, but I'll just leave it here. But she really like inspires me a lot. And just having followed her journey from the beginning up until now, she's an amazing makeup artist. If you could go back into time, what would you change? Could be a friendship, decision, relationship, or even an action. I would change this one friendship that I got into. That friendship wasn't healthy for me. It really brought out a bad, toxic side out of me. And when I think about, the girl that I was, yeah, no, like, I would change that aspect, If I could have avoided being friends with her, I would have just avoided her, And also another thing I would change, the whole idea of changing schools. I went to 5 different schools. If only I just like stayed in one school throughout, What are some things you're grateful for from your teenage years? Some things that I'm grateful for is the fact that when it came to love, I did so boldly and innocently. I did so blindly as well. Like, I let myself fall in love, whether it was to learn a certain lesson or to, fulfill a certain season like in someone's life. But I loved truthfully and honestly and genuinely. I'm grateful for that. And I'm also grateful for my strength in like dealing with certain situations, dealing with grief as well, the loss of a parent. I'm grateful for the way I chose to handle my grief, you know? How did you navigate relationships or crushes during your teens? Ngavele ngawaqonda head on. Ngavele nje ngawaqonda. And one thing about me, like, I was so bold. If I liked you, I told you that I like you. Moving on, how do you think your teenage experiences shaped you into the person you are today? How do I think my teenage experiences shaped me into the person I am today? They shaped me positively, I must say. I enjoy spending time with myself more than ever. You can only imagine from 2016, basically I was a socialite. I was popular, you know, I had friends all over. So going from that being the star of the show kind of girl, being the it girl, to just kind of solo rocking on my own today, I think that has shaped who I am currently. And I'm grateful for that. When you look at the progress you have made and the comparison with the makeup, what would you say the biggest highlight has been in all the years and the progress? I found a passion for this makeup, beauty, skincare. I found a passion, I enjoy it. My biggest highlight was the 7 days, 7 faces challenge, which I didn't think I could pull off, but I actually did. And I'm really proud of myself for making the initiative to start a challenge for myself and actually complete it. There is more to makeup than what we see. It carries confidence, self-love, and most importantly, a reflection of oneself. What would the older you say to the younger you, and how does this big transition feel like? The older me would say to the younger me, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for being truthful to yourself. I'm proud of you for loving your skin and being comfortable in your skin and your body, you know. Guys, there was so much going on at the time. This transition into going into like makeup and beauty is something new because my younger self wasn't really into makeup like that. So it's something new, and I'm sure my younger self would be surprised, shocked, but at the same time happy that I'm doing something that I genuinely enjoy and I'm taking a risk, because my younger self would take so many risks. So here I am today, taking a risk, venturing into something I don't even know where it's gonna take me. I don't know. Take me back to the very first time you learned how to take me back to the very first time you learned how to apply makeup, and how do you feel about that moment? I feel very cringe. Okay, I'll put a photo here and you will see, but I feel very cringe. This is when I started exploring and experimenting. And the pink eyeshadow, the bright pink eyeshadow, crazy. The teenage viewer, what was she like and how was her environment? The teenage viewer was very much outgoing. She was brave. She was brave. How was her environment? It was okay. To an extent, it did get toxic, but you know, life is life. The last question is, well, it's a statement and then it's a question. Beauty and elegance and glam. What do these words sound like and ring like from the teenager viewer to the young adult viewer? I'm gonna answer from a current point of view. Currently, those three words, beauty, elegance, and glam, they sound like a song. a beautiful poem. Never did I think that I'd pick up a makeup brush and, puff puff and actually enjoy this and feel good about myself. Let us take a trip down memory lane. So buckle up and enjoy the ride. Anyways, the first photo. Okay, here I was in my prime. She was OC. If you know what I mean. If you know, you know. She was OC. Ish, guys. Ish. As a girl, we all have different stages in life, and unfortunately, Nangasha stage so I can't. I went blonde. I was a blonde girl for a couple of months, but I think I killed this look, to be honest. What a time to be alive. Ooh, my ponytail era. This was my signature hairstyle. The sleek, this was the look. So here, my friend and I, we thought we were the baddest bitches alive on this planet. Like, just look at us, the shades, the hair's on fleek, babe. The girls are popping. We thought we were the baddest. We were in matric, by the way, but like, sasi bonus baban. Here's my shorts. Here's my cool girl aesthetic, the blue shorts that I mentioned earlier on, and the gladiator sandals. I really thought that I was the ish. Like, for real. Cringe. Yo. Fever. What's going on? Like, the shades. Okay, like I said earlier on, I used to own a lot of shades, but the pose. What's going on, girl? So this right here was my favorite outfit at the time. The whole denim skirt vibe, black top with a mini sling bag. Yeah, I think I look the cutest here. This outfit brings back so many memories. Here I was the it girl in the making. Yabola, angitshena ukuthi ngishisani, ngibabani. Yo. What the hell? Angifuna nethuthweni. What the heck? Oh my gosh. Little background story. So my friend at the time actually was dating the owner of the motorbike. Hi. Nile look. This look, lalela. Ongeke uzungenze lutho. Lalela ichithe. Hey guys, sisuka kude. We used to do edges go Vaseline. Ama edges go Vaseline. Like, what a time. Next we have my short hair era. This was the one. My short hair era, can never forget. Oh man, so yeah, that wraps up memory lane. Thank you so much for going through this moment with me. Quite interesting just to see how much I've grown. We have reached the end of the vlog. Thank you so much for watching. If you resonated with any part of this, drop a comment down below. Oh, and guys, the travel vlog is coming soon. Once this one is up, I promise you it will be on the way. And with that being said, I will see you in the next vlog.